You know, there is an action RPG out there which came out about 1 or 2 years ago if we include also the early access. That action RPG is the typical top-down isometric like action RPG like games like Diablo, Titan Quest, Grim Dawn, Path of Exile, you Torchlight, whatever you have there. So, that game, unfortunately, although it is an awesome game, it is absolutely awesome, but it has a very huge flaw. That game was made based on WASD movement, WASD. So, if you want to play that game on PC, you have to use WASD or you have to use a controller, because of course it supports controllers. The issue there is that, although that game is awesome, it has this huge flaw. It is a flaw because using the WASD in that game as a top-down game, it is not very efficient. It is not very easy to play with WASD movement and then have your mouse buttons to hit the enemy, only to attack the enemy with. So this is a very huge problem, and you could say that this is my personal opinion. Fine, I will accept this, but the thing here is that if you load up that game, you will see that the developers themselves have put a message in front of you in the game which says that to get the best experience out of that game, you need to use a controller. So the developers themselves say to you that WASD is not the best option. And this happens usually, mostly WASD is not the best option for top-down games. Why? I don't know. Maybe this is a psychological factor, or maybe there are other things that go on with isometric and how the camera is top down and how it looks to the character and everything, and how everything interacts with each other. I don't know. But the thing is that there is an actual problem there. I know that many players out there prefer playing with WASD. Perfectly fine. Others hate it. Perfectly fine. I'm one of those people who say that the more options we have in action RPGs, the better. So, if in a game we can have the option to have WASD, for those players who want to use it, let them put it in the game. But at the same time, we should also have the classic type of pointed click to move and attack gameplay. So, that game is called Achilles Legends Untold. It is an awesome game. It is something like, it feels like a hybrid between Titan Quest action RPG and Dark Souls. But it is the classic top-down camera. I would say that it belongs to the genre that was created by Diablo, which is the action RPG, the classic one, pointed click, hack and slay, and loot. But it has some features from Dark Souls, and it has this issue with the movement. With WASD, you don't have an option there to use your mouse, your pointed click to move and attack with. The mouse works only mostly for attacking with the mouse buttons. So the developers of that game, at least they were decent and honest enough to put that message and allow you to know they are telling you that if you want the best experience, you need to use a controller, because WASD is not a very good thing. Now, when it comes to Path of Exile, I think that what can actually kill Path of Exile, destroy the reputation of the game and whatnot, is putting WASD in the game, but not having WASD along with the classic pointed click in a balanced way, which means that they are not making the game based around WASD, but they are making it based as much as possible around both play styles. So if they go very hard in with WASD, I think that is one of the things that can actually kill Path of Exile. And also, I really hope that no matter what they choose to do there, that they will be able to make WASD work perfectly fine, to feel perfectly fine, so that they will not have to put such a message in their game when you load up Path of Exile 2, a message that says that for the better gaming experience, use a controller. Because WASD is not very good for top-down action RPG, hack and slash looting games like Diablo anyways. So this is it. I don't know about your opinions, guys. Leave your comments below. How do you feel about WASD? How do you feel about point and click? Which one would you prefer to play with? Have you played Achilles Legends at all, which is a super great game, but it has that huge flaw. But the developers have been decent enough to put that message, that warning, and I hope that the developers of Path of Exile 2 will be decent enough to put such a message in case that they cannot make WASD work in a perfect way. That's all.